just broken the access code to this game. A game in which your destiny depends upon your own decisions, and where the ultimate weapon is your mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please take your seats at this time as the program will begin momentarily.
Well, hello everybody. It's me, Gen X Dave with Gen X and Beyond, and my co-host Smoking 420. It is raining outside. We have thunderstorms in our local area. If you're in the Springfield, Illinois area or anywhere around Central Illinois or close to Chicago, be careful. Tornadoes are being watched. Watch out for tornadoes. And happy Easter and happy 420.
Easter. Happy 420.
What's up, dude?
Oh, man, dude.
We've been off for a while.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, because we haven't did a show in a while, it's because I was on vacation and I just didn't want to do any shows on vacation. I just wanted to chillax, refresh my brain and everything else. Right, Moken?
Hey, that sounds reasonable. I mean, that's why you take a vacation, right?
Right. You're right. We're going to try to do something new.
To be busy on your vacation.
Well, I did do some thinking about the podcast, and the thinking that I came up with is that we're going to have to set a start set schedule. It's going to be a little different when I take over management of the company I work for. But as of right now, between now and then, I want to do something like 3 days a week. You know, not something that's, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong for that or something, but it's whatever. What else are we supposed to do, right?
Right.
So for this lovely 420 evening, we're going to go ahead and review Tom MacDonald's new song. Do you want to do that?
Sure. Let's listen to it.
Which new one is it, bud? Is the one called Proud to Be a Problem?
Yep.
Alrighty.
I'm never a problem.
You're always a problem.
I'm never a problem.
Always,
I can't be a problem.
Yes, you can. Nobody lives with you but me, and you are a problem.
I'm not a problem.
Yes, you are. Dave will side with me.
I'm a good Moken.
Dave will side with me.
I'm a good Moken, y'all.
No.
Like, share, and subscribe, please.
Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. But
he's not supposed to.
Well, what am I not supposed to hear? The fact that you're...
I said Moken is always a problem.
Half the time.
I'm never
the other half of the time he's an asshole.
I'm always a problem or an asshole.
You're right. You're always a problem and an asshole. You had that right the first
I'm always
time.
an asshole. I'm never a problem.
Always a problem and an asshole.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. It's Tom MacDonald, Proud to Be a Problem. Let me go ahead and get this screen shared here. And I hope you all enjoy.
We've all been hooked on something. Coffee, cocaine, or cigarettes. And we've all been asked to sell our souls for a nicer office and a bigger check. And we've all been at the bottom, had the lights cut off, barely paying rent. And we've all been in love with someone who said they'd stay, but they up and left. And
yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Fucking lights are still on barely, and the rent's barely getting paid, you know, with all the
right. And I mean, you are addicted to something.
Yeah, cigarettes and weed. Actually, I'm not addicted to weed. I just, you know, it's like people who like to drink whiskey and they like it. Okay. People who like to drink beer. But there's those ones who like to smoke weed and still keep their senses about themselves, like myself. You know.
And I.
And you. I don't know about you keeping the sense about yourself,
Oh
but
man,
uh,
really?
with that being said, um, it's just something we like to do. Plus, it's a medicine for me. It's a medicine. So, with that being said, here we go. So far, so good. I'm liking it.
Someone who said they'd stay, but they up and left. And we don't ask for help, we don't cry no tears. We know walking through hell, it can take some years. But we don't blame no one, cause it may be our fault. We may be all the names that we've been called. And maybe we're losers, maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along. Or maybe we're perfect, but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve. And we've all been hooked on something. Pills or beer, mobile phones, and we've all done things that we regret to avoid laying alone. And Lord, we've had some bad.
Now, he said, again, we're all addicted to something, and he brought up cell phones. So, I started paying attention a lot lately because my thought on cell phones. I fucking can't stand them. I hate them. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm a landline guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old school
Right.
guy.
We both come from landline usage.
Right. And if I didn't have to carry a cell phone, I'd chuck that bitch out on the highway. Right.
Right.
Because the last thing I want to be is bothered while listening to a great song on a nice day with the windows down, the radio turned up, and wind blowing through whatever hair I used to have before I shaved it. Uh, and just relaxing and forgetting about everybody else's problems and my own problems and just enjoying the highway. And then all of a sudden, what, who's interrupting this such beautiful drive? Why am I hearing a phone ring? You know what I'm saying? That should never happen. But people are addicted to their phones, bro. I see it every day. They're in Walmart fucking shopping and they got their faces in their screens while their hands are shifted through clothes and they're not even paying attention. You know,
Well, no. What a lot of them are doing, going through social media, one, or uh, doing the scan to check out, two, on their phones instead of going to the cashier up front and having their receipt straight on their phones already, so they're just walking out.
in our days, Moken, and you'll agree
That
with
didn't
this.
happen with us.
No, because in our day, what we did, bro, in our day, for us to have a good time, for have a good weekend, it was go see a movie, drink a few fucking beers or a few shots on a Friday
Yep.
night, go to Skateland or fucking go play softball or hang out with your friends on a Saturday night around a bonfire. And then Sunday
Yeah.
is when you rest and recoup and give thanks to God and that you're even
You go
breathing and able
skating.
and then reflect on your weekend and have fun,
I
you know,
mean, skating, bowling,
fishing,
fishing.
shooting
I
pool.
mean, oh my God.
The things were just easier back then. It's just this thing right here, this fucking piece of hardware, this piece of shit. The only thing that's worth is the gold that's on the circuit board. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that's worth the fuck. All right. And that's what you pay for. And that thing interrupts life. It interrupts what you're doing. And everybody wants to be a superstar and being an influencer. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm trying to be me.
No, I want you
That's
to
what
more
makes
about
that's what
think for yourself and put your own mind together and uh, do your research and not rely on other people like me or Dave
right.
to give you the news. No, that's not what we're trying to do.
Yeah, we're
All
we're
we
we're trying
are
to be
just
different than that. There's other people out there giving the news. Do we show some of it on our podcast? Of course we do, because we want to be informed too, but only if the news is reputable. Only if the news is actually telling the truth. It's we're just two guys that are just trying to have some fun. Podcast is different. Our life is different. We're raised in a different era and a different generation, and that's just the way it is. Moken's a mad millennial, but he was raised Gen X, okay, and that's all that matters to me. And to me, being raised the same way I was, and the way my wife was, the way I raised my kids, it is makes me more proud to be an American than anything else. It ain't cell phones. It ain't celebrity life in the podcast world and influence world. It's has nothing to do with that. Okay, it's music. It's hanging out with friends. It's having fun, and everybody forgot about having fun. So
Yeah.
we're gonna continue this. But I love this song. He's speaking a lot of truth.
He, dude, that's all he does is drop truth bombs.
Right. So here we go.
Avoid laying alone. And Lord, we've had some bad days, depressed and anxious or drunk and stoned. And we've all had nights when we go to sleep and don't want to live no more. But we don't ask for help, we don't cry no tears. We know walking through hell, it can take some years, but we don't blame no one.
And that's no lie. We don't ask for fucking help. Our generation, we don't ask for help. We don't fucking cry tears.
No,
Look, you guys got to understand, Gen X is, I have witnessed so much death in my younger years, my preteen and in my teenage years, that the last time I cried at a funeral was my brother Dan. And then when I found out my brother Larry almost died, that's what brought me to tears the last two times. Other than that, we don't cry, we don't show our emotions, we don't get mad, we get even. In one way, shape, or form, we get even, or we allow karma to do its job.
right.
So he is right when he says that. We've all had bad days. We've all don't cry.
And the only thing I remember in my 43 years of experience, I mean, never say that your life can't get any worse, because just remember, it can and it will if you say that.
And we're not talking about snowflakes that are acting like they're homeless and they're not in fucking California. We're talking about real homeless people that's been homeless on the streets for 50 years. Okay. We're talking about military vets from Vietnam that are still on the streets homeless because they can't get past what their brain is telling them. Okay. Yes, some homeless people rather be homeless.
Yes.
That's the way they wanted to be. Okay.
Yeah.
So
some people actually want to live that way.
And when Democrats in Democrat states started taking funding and money away from the mental hospitals and programs and other stuff like that to help people out, that's when it got worse. That's when it got worse. Okay. So, before we go and help in other countries, we need to help our own. There's a song that is out there that is old, back in the 70s, that we'll play sometime, and you guys will get it when you listen to the song. All right, so here we go.
One, 'cause it may be our fault. Hell, it can take some years, but we don't blame no one, 'cause it may be our fault. We may be all the names that we've been called, and maybe we're losers, maybe we're wrong, maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along, or maybe we're perfect but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve. And we ain't afraid of hard times pass. And there will be dark nights, but they don't ever last. We ain't waiting for sunlight, we're pouring out gas. We're proud to be the problems light a match. And maybe we're losers, maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along. Or maybe we're perfect, but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't see.
He says in here that, let me see here. Maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along, right?
Yeah.
And then he said maybe we're perfect, but probably not. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
And he's right.
Right.
Nobody's perfect.
Right.
You may have a perfect world and you may have the money to survive 10 generations of your family, but that doesn't make you perfect. You know, you have to be you have to be one with yourself and be able to forgive yourself for your past misdeeds, and you have to be able to think with logic and common sense.
Right.
You know, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody's perfect.
I'm not.
You know, yeah, here we go.
Maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along. Or maybe we're perfect, but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve. And maybe we're losers,
Yes,
maybe
I am
we're wrong.
proud to be a
Maybe
problem
we're
they
bad
cannot
guys and
solve.
they
Do what, bud?
I am proud to be a problem that they cannot solve.
And when he says they, if people don't understand who they are the ones who are trying to control us.
Yes.
They're a small group of oligarch people like BlackRock, Vanguard, Oracle,
Yeah, all of them.
all of them, small group trying to control the masses and treat us like slaves and stuff like that. So, you know, they can't figure us out, and they have tried for many, many years. And
People like
you gotta
Jeff
think,
Bezos and
yes, you know, it
the
is like, okay, take Jeff Bezos and Mark Cuban for an example. They both started in their fucking garage in their house
Yep.
and got rich from there. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't give them or anyone else a right to fucking judge the rest of us. It doesn't
Right.
give them the right to try to control us.
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
and I mean the top 1.5%
Yeah.
don't like humanity. Like want to get rid of humanity.
Well, it's not that they want to get rid of humanity. This is what it is. It's about land. It's about land. It's about land and how they can control the land. If a lot of you guys never watched a series called, which I've been binge watching all through my vacation this past week, especially it was my birthday this past Monday. I turned 48. Thank you. And
Birthday.
but if you want to know what I'm talking about when it comes to land, just watch the all 5 seasons of Yellowstone. That tells you exactly a lot what I'm talking about. So here we go.
but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve. And maybe we're losers, maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're bad guys and they knew it all along. Or maybe we're perfect, but probably not. Either way, babe, I'm just proud to be a problem they can't solve.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right.
sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tom MacDonald, and that will be it we're going to go leave. We'll be back in a few minutes. We're going to shut this episode down and we're going to start another one in a few minutes. We'll see you back here. I'm Gen X Dave. That's Smoking 420. And this is Gen X and Beyond. And you all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button